garden shed started out as a place to store backyard tools and plant pots, but now its uses are endless. It can be a party place or even a secluded retreat. So here to tell us more, BroLaws, Dave and Joey. Join me. Hi, guys. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, so I'm going to get you to stand on the other side of this gorgeous piece of architecture here, which is beautiful. So this is a shed, and sheds, of course, started as just this very utilitarian thing. Now people are having parties up in there. Oh, yeah. it's like the mommy escape up in there, like the she sheds. So let's talk a little bit about planning it, designing it, and where to locate it.
Yeah, there's a million different options for sheds now. It's not just the place that you shove all your tools. We've all got that neighbor, or we are that person. I gotta be honest, I'm that person. I've got the little metal shed in my corner that everything just gets tossed into. So there's tons of options now that we have for it, but it's planning it properly to know where you're going to put it and what you're going to use it for.
Okay, all right. So when you are thinking about location, you want something obviously that's accessible, so you can get in and out. You got, you know, the right door swing. You've got space outside, that sort of thing.
Absolutely. And typically your shed's located in like the back corner of your yard or whatever kind of property you have.
Yes.
And again, it really depends on how you're going to use it, depending on how much space you have, depending how much room and how big you can go with your shed.
Right.
And especially like if you want it to be a focal feature, if it's going to be that she shed or that retreat that you're going to go to, you might want to have a nice pathway leading to it so it kind of shines in the back of your yard.
Here's something that I think a lot of viewers haven't thought of, and we thought about this. Can a DJ fit in there?
Right?
And the answer was yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, a DJ can. So if you're going to have backyard parties, like why not let this be the spot where, you know, everything is centralized. So that's a good thing to think about. Let's talk a little bit about how the ground needs to be underneath the shed, because I imagine that that's pretty important.
Very important on how you support the shed, because too often it's just shoved in the corner with nothing actually supporting it, so now it's going to sink, it's going to heave. So you want to make sure you have a proper base for it. So that starts with kind of digging out your hole. You're going to put a gravel in there, pack it down nice and tight. Then you're going to use what we like to call limestone. That's going to give you a nice level base. Put some patio slabs on there. Now it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay nice and straight, just like this.
Yeah, and most sheds like this one here, which was put together by Shed in a Day, putting together a shed in a day is incredible.
It's amazing.
But it's got a nice wood floor inside. So that's already there for you. It's going to be durable. And then again, depending on how you're using it, if it's going to be more of a space that you're going to be in and enjoying, you could put a nice little laminate on top of that or some different type of flooring to kind of spruce it up a little bit.
Totally. That can be the fort for the kids, right?
Exactly. I mean, I would have loved to have that as a kid, to be able to just have that retreat to go into and play. And you can make the biggest mess you want, because at the end of the day, the parents are just going to close that door and it's done.
It's done. So you can do shelving in there. You might think about having windows on your shed, right? So that's also a possibility.
And you can do a big open spot, especially if you've got a pool in the backyard. You can do a big open area with a little bar top on there. Now it's a serving area. You can put a little mini fridge in there. It's a ton of uses for it.
Love that. Well, we've got all these beautiful pictures of sheds where you will see the inspiration here. Take a look at this beautiful shed. I mean, there's a chandelier in there.
Exactly.
Wow.
And again, this is a potting shed, so this is used for gardening purposes still. And it doesn't have to look drab inside, right? You can have that chandelier, you can have the nice curtains. You want it to be somewhere at the end of the day that's you're gonna want to go in to do that stuff, right? And if it's not welcoming, then you're not gonna want to go in there and use it.
Really nice. And this is what's happening with decor. Everything outside is feeling like an interior space. So here we have a gorgeous. This looks like a she shed. This is a little escape for somebody.
This is the relaxation zone. Again, there's glass doors on that, but you can always put some blinds in front of it.
Yes, you can.
Nobody has to know that you're in there.
Absolutely. And then the company Shed in a Day that we mentioned, we've got other configurations that they've done. Like this is beautiful. It's got a little covered porch.
You've got a little covered porch. You've got the bar. So that's that entertaining spot, right? You get into the backyard, and that allows you to utilize all the space in the backyard. So somebody's not confined to just the deck or the patio that's up by the house. It gets them out into the yard using that space as well.
A whole other space. Here's another one that they've done, and this is lovely in the back of the garden, like a really nice decoration, a wreath there on the door.
Yeah, just more traditional style with that. So that's more of a storage shed, but it can still look really appealing on the outside, no matter how many garden tools are shoved on the inside.
That's right. I like the windows there. And then another one, which is once again sort of a traditional form, and then the other picture will show you, which you'll see the side. You'll see the side of it right there. Isn't that kind of cool?
And that's a great example of somewhere that you have a little bit less space, right? So you can have a more narrow shed there. You fit the door in it. You might not need all the storage in the world. You just need some stuff to be able to tuck away, and that's that little spot in your yard that you can kind of clean up a little bit.
Nice. The other things to think about is just you've got hanging plants out there. You've got a little window box. So there are all sorts of little extras that you can think about, including the lighting, right?
All the accessories.
All the accessories.
So these are all just solar lighting. They just get put in place, and now those are going to light up at night for you. Obviously, the potted plant stands. Like, there's a ton of different accessories that you can add to your shed so that it's not just that boring little box anymore.
Nice. I love that.
And color. Like, let's add a pop of color back there and make it exciting, right?
That's right. Have some fun with it. Huge thank you to Shed in a Day for building this beauty for us, and it only took them a couple of hours, which is the benefit of having someone come in and build it for you. You know, it's done.